Achieve your AA, bachelor's, master's, or doctoral degree. For your college plans, find your future in the Inland Empire. Sponsored by Inland Empire Health Plan.
I applied for Social Security disability benefits, filled out these forms and paperwork, and still got denied. Can someone please make this easy for me?
Absolutely. Whether you've been denied or just need help getting started, I'll help you through the entire process and make it easy for you.
I called Dr. Bill, and what a relief. He handled everything for me. And now I'm approved and getting my checks.
I'm Dr. Bill Latour. I'm both a psychologist and a lawyer. Call me. I know what to do to get you approved.
Call 1-800-803-5090.
Ghirardelli Caramel Waffle Cone Squares. Crunchy waffle cone pieces. Enrich Ghirardelli chocolate with a luscious caramel filling. Treat yourself to Ghirardelli Caramel Waffle Cone Squares. Makes life a bite better.
Join Megan Henderson, Chris Schaubel, and Henry DiCarlo. Watch Off the Clock today at 2 on KTLA5, LA's very own.
Good morning and welcome to the KTLA 5 Morning News at 11 a.m. I'm Glenn Walker.
And I'm Lou Parker. Thanks for joining us. We begin with breaking news. Parts of LA County, also Orange County, were jolted by a strong earthquake near San Diego. The 5.2 quake was centered near the mountain town of Julian, east of San Diego.
Now, so far, there have been no reports of major damages or injuries. KTLA 5's Orange County correspondent, Chip Yost, now live in Drive 5 with more. Chip?
Yeah, hey there, guys. I'm in Drive 5 because we're headed towards Julian. We're on the 5 South now, heading down that direction. But we were in actually Superior Court in Santa Ana. We were on the 11th floor, and while we're telling you where I was, I'll show you a map of where Julian is and where we're headed as to where this earthquake was centered. It was a 5.2 hit sometime around, I have the exact time, around 10 a.m. And as I was saying, we were in the Superior Court house in Orange County in Santa Ana on the 11th floor. You may remember the Judge Jeffrey Ferguson case. It was the new trial, the second trial. The first one had a hung jury. They just started opening statements today for the second trial. And all of a sudden in court, people's phones started going off, and you heard the buzzing, and the judge stopped everything. The defense attorney was in the middle of her opening statement. She says, hold on for a second. I think we're having an earthquake. And then we felt it a little bit. It wasn't like really hard shaking. They just felt it a little bit. And so we even felt it there in Orange County. I know you guys were saying people are feeling it all the way up in LA. So of course we probably felt it here in Orange County. But as far as where it was centered, it was in Julian, which is in San Diego County, inland San Diego. Here's what Lucy Jones had to say about what the experience was probably like there.
Probably maybe intensity 6 would be what we would have seen right on top of it. That will throw objects off of shelves, but really won't be doing any damage to a normal California building. It is intensity 5 is usually described as when everybody gets frightened. There shouldn't be structural damage. If there is, it's in a pretty bad building. There would be things displaced off of shelves. I would think that Julian has got a lot of, things thrown off of shelves in their shops, for instance. Farther away, it really would just be a matter of being felt. There is a question also about tsunami. As long as the earthquake is on land, you're not going to be seeing tsunami. You have to have the fault under the water, displacing the shape, changing the shape of the ocean floor is how you create a tsunami.
Now, one of the interesting things about when we were in court, like I said, we were at the Judge Jeffrey Ferguson murder trial. It's his retrial after that hung jury. So there was the delay. The judge said, hold on. We all felt it a little bit. And maybe a couple minutes later, she's okay, I think that's it. She looked at the jury and said, are you guys okay if we just keep going now, or you need a break? Everybody said, okay, it's California, right? We're used to these little things. And they went on with the rest of the opening statements there in that murder trial. So it was a little bit of a delay, but like you heard from Lucy there, probably going to see a little more damage, that kind of thing, obviously, in Julian, where it was centered, and we're heading there now. So when we get there, we'll have a live report for you from Julian. But on the way to Julian, I'm Chip Yost. We'll send it back to you guys.
All right, thanks for those updates, Chip. We appreciate it. Also a crucial week for the Menendez brothers, who are serving life in prison for murdering their parents in their Beverly Hills mansion decades ago.
Their resentencing hearing begins in just a few days. KTLA 5's Jennifer McGraw live now in Van Nuys with the very latest. Jennifer?
Yes, a judge did order a resentencing hearing towards the end of the week, but we do know at this point that not everybody is happy about it.
Those two brothers do not need to be resentenced. We said they need to stay in jail for committing this crime called murder. We are murder victims' families here. Our children were murdered. They were not murderers. And for these...
In San Pedro, families of murdered victims, survivors, and advocates from across Los Angeles County came together to oppose the resentencing of Eric and Lyle Menendez, calling it a disgrace to victims' rights and a betrayal of justice. And at another event, District Attorney Nathan Hochman talked about what is in the Menendez case, saying the brothers have not accepted full responsibility for their crimes.
At trial, the Menendez brothers themselves said, when asked, was sexual abuse the reason that you killed your parents? Answer, no. It was because they believed their parents were going to kill them that night, which was false, and they continue to say it.
On Friday, a judge denied the district attorney's request to withdraw a previous motion that supported resentencing. The brothers' attorney, Mark Garagos, is attempting to get the brothers resentenced for a lesser term, which could allow for their immediate release. Not long after the hearing, the brothers' aunt, Terry Baralt, was hospitalized in critical condition. The 85-year-old is fighting cancer, but the family blames the DA's office for her frail health. This due to showing graphic, unredacted images of Jose Menendez's lifeless body at the hearing without warning, saying it re-traumatized family members who were there. Baralt's daughter took to social media after the hearing and after her mom was hospitalized.
They just kept putting it up, and again, not necessary. No reason to do that.
She is not well. I'm not sure. The re-traumatizing of our family, which never seems to end. So, here we are. We'll all just hope for the best.
The Menendez brothers are serving life without parole for murdering their parents, Jose and Kitty Menendez, inside their Beverly Hills home in 1989. The defense argues the brothers were sexually abused by their father. The district attorney's office had said that the brothers killed their parents due to greed when they learned they would be taken out of the will. Now back out here live, it will be a busy end of the week as a resentencing hearing begins on Thursday. Live in Van Nuys, Jennifer McGraw, KTLA 5 News.
All right, thank you, Jennifer. Well, the government's antitrust lawsuit against social media giant Meta is underway today in Washington, D.C. CEO Mark Zuckerberg may take the stand today during the trial's opening. The Federal Trade Commission is suing Meta, claiming the company violated antitrust law. The FTC claims Meta has used a buy or bury strategy to stifle competition, citing purchases of Instagram and WhatsApp to maintain a social media monopoly. Regulators also say Meta often buys small competitors to acquire staff and technology, then simply liquidates that small company. Meta denies any antitrust charges, saying the suit defies reality.
The man arrested for allegedly setting Pennsylvania Governor Josh Shapiro's home on fire has been identified as 38-year-old Cody Balmer. Investigators say Balmer admitted to setting the fire using homemade Molotov cocktails early yesterday morning. The governor and his family were asleep in the home at the time. Everyone inside did get out safely, but the home suffered significant damage. Balmer turned himself in to